Alright, so the Silent Demon's one of like the easiest bosses that you can actually verse. I've come into New Game Plus just so I was able to show them off and not like taking it way too long also. And if you do kill him, like the best thing to do for him is just to stay behind him at all times. And if you do kill him at this thing, you'll get the demon great hammer, and you'll get a humanality as well. That's if you kill the first demon. Alright, so Pinwheel. He's a pretty easy boss. He's a little harder than a Silent Demon. Well, he can be if you come down here in like the start of the game, like straight away, and go like the Catacombs is actually going to give you way more of a challenge, like 10 million times harder. But the boss can still one-shot you at low level and stuff like that, and the holograms make it drag on. But by killing him early, you can actually get 20 like flasks like for your campfire. You can like ignite your I think it's called igniting the campfire, and it like gives you like 20 flasks like instead of like 5 or so. Normally you can only get 10 at the like start of the game. You can do it, and you can get like you can do it once with humanality, but then by killing him you can do it like 3 times, which gives you 20, which is awesome. Alright, so for the Tarnished Demon, he's not that tough of a boss, but the first thing you definitely want to do to make that so he's not that tough is kill the archers. As soon as you come out the fog gate, you turn to the right and you just go up the ladder. There's like archers up there that you have to kill. And you don't have to, but it just makes it a lot easier on yourself. His moves are pretty predictable and they're pretty easy to dodge, but I was still on my New Game Plus when I came to like try to get the boss for this. I was still failing a lot on dodging him a lot. Like, I was just getting absolutely massive damage because on New Game Plus, you like they have like double the damage and double the health what they normally have. And I think I was slow rolling. So see right there how like when he's like turning around, he can actually trample you, so he can like sort of step on you a little bit, and that can actually do mega damage. And then I'm pretty sure I showed when I came in for the final, like, right, I'm gonna kill this guy now, I forgot about the archers, and you can see the archers are shooting me constantly, but I got lucky I didn't get shot from one more archer there, because I would have definitely died there too. Alright, so why I've picked the Iron Golem for 23 is because once you kill this guy up here, he's an absolute joke of a boss. Like, he's probably one of the easier bosses in the game, but just because you can have this guy up here, if you don't deal with him first, if you count him towards, he'd be a lot harder boss with like this guy throwing fireballs at you all the time. With the actual Iron Golem himself, he'll never hardly hit you. You just keep rolling under his knees every time he attacks, or like the opposite way from whatever leg he's attacking with. And if he like does his swing attack, you just go under his knees. So it's like there's no hassle on trying to figure out how to pass him. And you just gotta attack his knees, like one of his knees also, or like maybe both, but I'm pretty sure just one knee. Mainly focus on one knee, and then he'll fall over. And then when he does fall over, he's like down. If he doesn't fall off, he'll be like down on the floor for like 5+ seconds, and that's a hell of enough time to kill it, like to finish him off. But as you can see, he can just fall off, and that's him. It's pretty damn easy. Right, so the Moonlight Butterfly. It's probably one of like it's definitely not the worst boss, because there's definitely worse bosses out there. I've never like enjoyed this boss, and I wouldn't say it's like totally an easy boss either. If you've got low like Estus flasks, because you go through them pretty damn fast, and if you don't have a powerful weapon at the time, it can be a pain. But right here was like a weird glitch where she would keep doing this laser, and you couldn't do anything. It just kept doing it over and over until I used all my flasks, and it was very, very annoying at times. So you want to reverse yourself to a hollow at this point, which I'm pretty sure I'm putting my Kindle up, which is like giving me more flasks. So now I've got 10 instead of 5, because like I just feel like you at least need the 10 flasks to do good on this, because otherwise you're gonna like lose it all to like screwing up on your dodging. So you have to be a human form to actually summon in like that witch teammate, which she is absolutely so good on your team. I wished I knew that before. Like I was always trying to find out how to make team and stuff on some of the bosses, but I never knew how to. I always like was going to the spots where they'd tell me to go, but I didn't know you had to be a human form for it. But like look at her damage, like I don't even have to even do anything. That's my thought on the Moonlight Butterfly. Alright, so Dark Sun Gwendolyn is a pretty easy boss. So she's got that one move there that you just have to hide behind the walls as she does it. So it's pretty easy. Then she's got that big AoE blast, which is also very easy to dodge. And then the final one is arrows. But see, as I'm running up, she'll pull out her arrow gun, and you just like pull out your shield and get close up to her, and then you can just like attack her twice. But as you can see, I only need to hit her one more time for the end, and I was able to kill her pretty fast.
Dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
Alright, so for the Centipede Demon, I don't really like this boss that much. He's not way too hard, but he's got a arm-reaching move, and he can glitch there sometimes and just sit there throwing his arm at you, and you can't do nothing other than dodging. You can't even attack his hand, which is sort of stupid. And then he's got this jumpy move that he can sort of jump from the lava and hit you like that. He's got a foot stomping move, so this is the jumping move here. Then he's got a foot jump, he stomps his feet around. I haven't really I don't think I got that in my fight. I can't remember. And then once you actually kill him, you'll get given a ring that will reduce the lava damage. But you have to kill him so then you can walk along the lava to get to the bed of chaos. Alright, so Crossbreed Priscilla, she's a pretty easy boss for the most part. I mean, the first attempt I had, I got absolutely annihilated. Like, I was just getting totally trolled throughout this whole thing. Like, there she is. Oh, never mind. Then get attacked again. I'd run away to try heal, and then I'd get attacked again. I just couldn't. I don't know. I just found it I was having a bit of a bad day this day. But you have to attack her first to actually even get the boss encounter. It's a optional boss. I think you can actually just go to that main end and you'll jump off without actually fighting her. But I don't think I think I've just shown you the whole fight of my past fight because it was so little and it didn't take long at all. So once I did this attack and I hit her, it did all that damage. Then she does this attack here, and I don't exactly know what it is. It could be cursing, it could be it slows you down maybe, I don't know what happens there. But she takes about 6 or 7 hits and she's dead. She's pretty easy, to be honest. Alright, so Ceaseless Discharge, he would be a hard boss if you couldn't do this glitch, but because there's a glitch in that, he's a lot easier, but I'm sort of ranking him a bit higher because of an actual boss. I'd find him probably really difficult, and if you couldn't do this, one glitch, so you have to run all the way to here, pick up the items, and then run back, and then if you do die during the first process of that first attempt, you just have to do what I just did now, just have to run back to there, and then run all the way back to the start, and he'll do a jump attack, and then you just got to attack his hand a little bit. You also want to go through this way here, instead of running around that straight, because I'm not too sure if that fire attack as well, the closer you are, the more damage it does or something, I'm not too sure. but then just keep running. Now I should be able to just run to the end and see how it's like a lot more high ground. And then once he does a jump attack, he'll jump like over here, and then you just attack his hand and get him like to a certain point of health, and then he'll let go, and then he falls to his death. So because of that, he's definitely ranked 18, but I'm putting him higher because he'd be harder without that glitch, way harder. So this boss is a pretty fun DLC boss in total. He's got about 7 to 8 moves, a lot of them being zappy or like poison attacks. So he's got like half his body's electric, I guess, like in the front of him, and then the back's poison, his tail and his back. So if he does the stomp here, that also will poison you if you're not poisoned already. So then it's like slowly draining your health. When you attack him like that, he actually gets stunned, which is so cool. This move hurt, and then I've never seen him do this before, but he did it once, and that was pretty cool. He like flies up and tries to head charge you. I'm sure that you could cut his tail off if you tried, but I don't think I got that far. And I'm actually not sure if you can. I think you can. But yeah, he's a pretty easy DLC boss. Alright, so for the Gaping Dragon, the first thing you want to do is keep trying to attack the tail straight away. Just keep running around hitting the tail, because now you've got a really easy advantage on doing a lot of damage, because all of its moves are like in front of it. So as long as you can stay behind where it's got its, like, as you can see, it's got its broken tail. If it ever tries to do its tail swipe, it will never hit you. Like if you just dodge and roll back, like he's going to do his tail swipe right now. If he had that tail, he would definitely hit you at this point. But yeah, and then he's got a couple more moves. He jumps up, he does like a jump attack, he'll slam his face into the ground. I don't even know if that's slightly his like stomach, I guess, because his head's sort of in front. Because at first looks like a little crocodile, and then when it comes up, and then it's like totally different. That trample move there, that's pretty powerful. That can hurt a lot if it could even like kill you instantly if it does hit you twice, as you like got hit by it. But all in all, the Gaping Dragon's a pretty easy boss, but this is the key that you can get to Blake Town to get the second bell for the for that boss, but there is another way too. Alright, so for the bit of chaos, as soon as you go down, you just want to go straight to the right side and cut down these branches and just take out the first side, and then as soon as the cutscene plays, you just want to quit the game and then hit continue, and you actually spawn back up here, and then just go down this area again, and then I was shooting the bow and arrow here, but I would recommend maybe just going actually even a little bit closer and going to this bit over here, because I got him on the first hit on this one with the bow, but I'd say you still have to shoot a little while before it's going to give you that one shot to finish it. But I took this one side out pretty much just by shooting it with arrows. So buy a lot of arrows so you've got them, and then I hit quit the game again, so then I could come back to here, and it would like spawn you actually back up to the top again. Every time you hit quit game, it will spawn you back up. If you do like die though by the boss, it won't let you quit while you're dead or something like that. So it took me 4 attempts or so to get there. As you can see, I nearly got nudged off the edge right there as well, which was the thing. But you just have to now take down those sticks, and then take down the main boss in the area, which is, I wish it was a little harder, in my opinion. Then alright, so for Seth the Scaleless, you have to destroy that crystal thing straight away, because otherwise you can't do any damage whatsoever. The best thing to deal with this boss is to keep running around and him staying on his side, but you sort of want him to be in the middle of the area. You don't want him to be able to do crystals to curse you, and you be trapped like on the side like I am right here. It's not a good idea. He's very slow. He's got one move which I can show you very soon, but you don't want this happening. This is what I was talking about, getting cursed. So if you're like trapped by the cliff and you can't move anywhere and you can't really go anywhere, and the purple bar falls up, you're going to get cursed in half health, and you're going to have to stay like half health for ages until you get a purging stone from a certain one person you can buy it from, I believe. Or you can find them maybe somewhere, I don't know. This move here is the worst move, the only move that really ever kills me. It's like where he's just swinging his tails everywhere. I don't know if there is tails or legs or whatever's happening. But all in all, he's not actually that hard of a boss. But if you're having bad luck and a bad day, he can definitely be a bit of an issue down that way. But that's my thought on Seth the Scaleless. So the Great Grey Wolf Sith I've put to 13th because I did find him a little bit tough at times. You've pretty much just got to stay under him, but for some reason I found it hard to hit him half the time, and then I also found it hard, like when he was able to jump away from me and like to get to him without him hitting me. Like, it was pretty tough at times. But once you get like the used to his moveset, it gets a little bit easier. But you're probably going to die like 3 or 4 times at least through trying to get used to it. But there's a way more harder bosses in the Souls series. Like, this is a walk in the park compared to other bosses that are later on. I mean, Dark Souls 1 didn't have way too many tough bosses. It's like the top 11 for me were like the really, really tough ones. But yeah, so that's my think on this the Wolf Sith. Alright, so the Bell Gargoyles, they're definitely a hard duo, but it depends how you play it out. So you can either try and play it safe and attack like one of them as you go, or just try to take out the first one straight away. Like, so when he gets to half health, you get the next one that spawns in that breathes in a lot of fire, and I mean a lot, and it's pretty deadly. As soon as you come in as well from like to redo the boss after failing, he'll jump straight at you like a big jump charge attack, and it does a lot of damage also. And you'll never really, like, unless you know it's coming, you'll always get hit by that. See, and he's doing that charge again. So I reckon having like another player or something would make this a lot easier. Even though I think having 2 players, it doubles the health of the boss. Usually that's what Soul-like games do. They'll like double the health in that. But same with New Game Plus, it's pretty much the same as like the first game, I think. So like if you went to play 2 players, it'd be the same as now for me, because I'm on New Game Plus for like their health and stuff. It's just I've got a really strong weapon, so that's why I was able to kill them a lot more faster than that. But this guy's nowhere near as annoying as the first one. The first one does a lot more melee. This one does a lot more fire, which is easy because once he's doing that, you can just keep attacking him. So that's my thought on the gargoyles. Alright, so Stray Demon. He's got two annoying moves and one move that's very easy to predict. But the explosion, he can like literally hit anywhere, any single place he wants, and he'll hit so he'll hit the tree and it'll go towards you. And then he's got this jump attack that he's got massive reach and range. Like, he can reach from like the other side of the room pretty much and get you like that. So it's definitely a move that you have to sort of dodge, which I wasn't good at. But man, that explosion definitely got me a couple times on killing me. And then you just do the stick to like do massive impact of damage to finish me off. This is the other move that he can do, and this is actually how I beat him. So you'd run towards him, attack him, he'd do like a jump up, and the jump gives you like 3 seconds to get away, to get like cover. As soon as he like just jumps, you just run, and it's just so easy to not get hurt by it, and just keep repeating this. And he just kept jumping like he was glitched out or something. I'm not sure, but it made him easier than Stray Demon for me in the long run. Alright, so the Stray Demon, you think you're prepared for the battle, and then this happens. And so you go in, you'll go in again, and then you're like, oh, I'm actually going to get a chance, never mind. Or, you get these enemies that you have to worry about, which is even more of a pain in the butt. Or an AoE blast that's just going to instantly kill you every time, if you're low enough on your HP. So, I just recommend always just hitting him once, maybe sometimes twice, depending. But as soon as he like jumps or starts doing a different type of move, like his belly hits the floor, you just want to run, because he's going to do some sort of sumo wrestling slam, and you don't want to be caught into that kind of move. And you'll kill him pretty easily, I'd say, if you just do that, and don't be greedy with your attacks. Alright, so the Capra Demon is an annoying boss. I mean, I don't think way too many people like it as a boss. The Straden, as soon as you enter, you get rushed by 2 dogs and him doing a jump attack or like something like that. Where like the dogs will have enough time to like stun you when they like just do their little attack, and that will sort of make your guy like sort of stand there for that tiny bit, and then he will like jump and do massive bounce of damage. So this is like me showing you guys what happens once you like just enter the room and what I'm talking about. It's just a really unfair kind of boss, and that's the only reason for the dogs. It wouldn't be, if it was just the Capra Demon in this little small area, it would probably be like, I reckon 24 or 25 in my ranking, but just because of the dogs and the struggle that I both playthroughs, so I'm ranking pretty high. Alright, so Chaos Witch Queen Lag. She's definitely a pretty hard boss in my opinion. For like when you the first time you fight her, you do learn some stuff along, but like as you can see, she can put lava against the floor and it stays there for about 1 minute. And then so she keeps doing it, the floor keeps like staying, like the lava just stays there for you to accidentally walk in or dodge into, and then you're going to take massive damage. These 2 attacks here that she just did, so she did 2 of the same attack, and then that final attack does like a really long reach. It can reach pretty far and it does mega damage. The best time to attack him is when he's breathing his fire, as you can see, because she can't do anything and the spider can't do anything because he's already doing something, so he can't move and stuff. This move here where the jumping, that's absolutely terrifying sometimes, definitely, because she's like full in the room of lava at this point, and I died there, which sucks. And this is the worst move in the whole thing. It's like an explosion, and this killed me like 20 to 30 times, making it hard boss. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, can be a hard boss if you have no idea how to parry or you absolutely suck at it, but because I'm okay at parrying, and like I'm pretty good at swords and axes, I still struggle at spears, to parry spears on Dark Souls 1. But I mainly learned it actually from Elden Ring, like just practicing Elden Ring ages on the parrying side of things, and that made this boss very easy. But if you say you don't know how to parry, that's why I put him to number 7 in my list, because he's aggressive, you'll never ever get a chance to heal, hardly ever. Like, healing takes about 1 point something seconds, like even then I try to like get in 2 heals, and by the time you're like chugging the second one, halfway through he'll attack. So he's pretty damn hard, and you don't want him to grab you either, because the grab takes pretty much your whole health down, if not all of it, depending on how much you've leveled up your health in your level up. So I just recommend, if you can parry, to take him out parrying, but if you want an awesome fight and a nice challenge, don't bring a shield, just bring a sword, 2 hands, and yeah, try kill him that way. For the Gravelord Nito, you have to run through like a massive area, and then you have to like try and run past like 4 of those pinwheel enemies, which is a boss in the place before, but then they become enemies. And then when you jump down, you also like lose half your health. And then there's like skeletons that can just rush the little ones and totally like stun you every time they're hitting you, and then eventually you're just gonna die, because if they hit you right, you can't really do anything about it. This move is a move to try and avoid. If he picks you up, you're dead. Like, he'll just drain all your health. He pretty much just squishes your soul out of you. There's that move there that's a pain. You can't dodge it. The one there, the sword through the thing. This one here, it actually kills the skeletons for you, but it also hurts you a bunch. But he also doesn't do any moves for like 3 seconds, so you can like heal or go and rush him. And also, if you stand by the start and wait for him, you only have to deal with little skeletons. If you run at him straight away, you actually have to deal with the giant skeletons and little skeletons and the boss at the same time, which is going to be a lot harder. But he's definitely a pain in the butt of a boss. Alright, so for the 4 kings, they can be very tough if you're really under level and you can't take out the kings, and they group up into like 7 kings, which can be really a big nightmare. The first attack you seen, he can like pick you up, and what's more scary about it is he can hold you for like 6 or 7 seconds, which gives a lot of time for the next king to spawn in. And like right here, what you're seeing is I'm healing, and then he just hit me, and he's just like what do you call it? Making it go on for longer for the next king to spawn in. The purple orb there, it will actually follow you around until it hits you at some point. So you sort of just either let it hit you, or yeah, at like when you've got more health. But as you can see, if you got way more kings, they could like have 3 of those coming at you at once, and that would be such a hard time to like try to dodge them all. And then at the end, you just gotta really like the whole boss pretty much, you just gotta be aggressive and try to take out all the kings as fast as possible. That's it. You just rush them and just keep taking damage and then healing, and then like a way to heal, instead of just healing 1 and then attacking, just like spam the heal button and you heal like 3 times, and you'll like, and then they'll hit you after healing 3, and then you can just like take the damage sort of and keep attacking him at the same time. But yeah, he's not easy. He's pretty tough. Alright, so this DLC boss can be definitely a challenge. He definitely killed me plenty and like a load of times. The good thing is though, if once you like actually die enough, you'll learn his moveset, and every attack he does, you can actually attack him after dodging. This is the only one that got me a couple times. I'll dodge him twice and he'd do it like a 3rd time. So you can do it up to 3 times, I'm pretty sure. And he'd like roll twice, and then I'd attack him thinking it's over, and yeah, it wasn't a good idea. The move that you just seen that he did when I was healing up, he's pretty much doubling his damage. So every time he does that, you want to rush him straight away, and you don't want him to double his damage. It's like the worst thing you could do. This is probably the best move to punish. Every time he does a jump attack, you probably get like 1 or 2 hits in if your weapon, depending on how fast your attack is. This is what I was talking about. You want to attack him as fast, like be as aggressive as possible. You'll be able to get like quite a lot of damage, but you just don't want him to double that health. Double is not health. Double is damage. It's just like the worst thing. See, and right there was sort of what I was talking about, like, where you dodge him twice and then you do it like that 3rd time and get you at it. Yeah, he's definitely a challenge. Alright, so Ornstein and Smo are a pretty awesome duo boss in my opinion. The only thing I don't like is like what you just seen, how Ornstein can charge you straight away, and actually there's the big enemies like before you go into the fog, and when you walk to the fog, as soon as you walk in and like sort of are ready to fight, they can actually like stab through the fog gate, and then it also attacks you, so then you get like a massive chunk of damage before, like as you're in the boss, which can be annoying because usually sometimes you're running away from them and you've already been hit once or something and you've already lost like, so then you've got like no health at that point. I always prefer you have Smo on the second phase over Ornstein. Smo's just a lot easier. He's got his normal move set and he's only got one more move, and it's the move that's going to come on very shortly. So I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. This is like the only move he's got that's different, and it hurts like, it hits like a truck if it hits ya. Definitely hurts. And then once you kill him, that'll be like after the second phase, the boss is done, which is awesome. So I thought to show what happens when you kill Smo instead of Ornstein. I don't prefer this way. This way is a lot harder if you're wanting to put pain in yourself, I guess. To make your life a lot harder, in my opinion. If you're wanting to verse Ornstein on second phase. So now Ornstein grows twice the size, maybe even triple the size. Like the size of Smo. And then gets lightning to their weapon. And also, he's also got like all the move sets, and then he's got that spear move there that's also insanely hard to dodge. But yeah, that's my Smo and Ornstein. To use that silver pendant. That's why he's on second instead of first. So the best time to attack him is when he does that hand attack, or he does a jump attack where he jumps at you, and his hand hits the floor, and you usually get 1 or 2 hits. You just want to keep sort of staying in the mid-range of him, so he like does jump attacks and hand attacks, and then you can keep getting attacks in. But if you're too close to him, he'll totally annihilate you, and if you're too far, he'll just use a load of magic on you. But just because I've got the silver pendant, as you can see, you can stop magic, and it totally blocks dark magic. So it's mainly only used for this boss, I believe, and maybe also the witches that you come down to here. I think they also shoot dark magic. And he's also very hard to see. Like all you can see is his red eyes when he's in the depth of the darkness, which is pretty terrifying. But just take your time and keep running back and getting a hit in at a time, and then every time he does magic, use that silver pendant. And just look it up on YouTube for a guide to find that silver pendant. It's recommended. The Black Dragon Calamity is one of the hardest bosses that I've versed on Dark Souls. Not in every Souls game. I've found harder on other Souls games. But for Dark Souls 1, this is definitely my pick in first place. So he's got about 7 or 8 moves in total. A lot of moves have backup. So this one here, I was actually dodging another move that you'll see very shortly. Because if you go close towards him, he can do one move that can pick you up and attack, and then if you run away, if he does the opposite, which is the fire attack. So he does this one or that other fire attack, and so this makes it so you take double damage, but also he would kill me every single time. He'd finish me off with that. I'd have him at 2 hits or something, and I'd be low health too, and I'd go to rush him, and he would pick me up with that power, and then he would just kill me so many goddamn times, and it was so painful. But you just sort of have to get lucky, in my opinion, with this boss. The best time to rush him is when he's like doing his fire attacks. You can like attack his neck and that. I don't think it really does much more damage, but you also get this ring that makes you take double damage, which is such a bad ring.